Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here today as we celebrate a historic moment for the DBU men's basketball team with their 100-79 victory in the final round of the NCAA Division II South Central Regional Tournament. The Patriots have earned their first ever trip to the NCAA Division II Elite Eight. With this win, like we said, you're advancing coach. This is a huge milestone for your program, earning a spot in the Elite Eight for the first time in DBU history. How proud are you of this team, and how far have they come to achieve this historic moment?
Yeah, let me first start by just saying congratulations to Mines. I mean, Coach Orser and Brad, they're two of the best in the business. I mean, those guys are really, really good. Their team is incredible. They had a great season. It came down to a hair on who would host and where this tournament would be. You know, they almost got to host it. And on that note, you know, I really want to thank our administration for pulling off an incredible weekend. Brian Curtis in particular, but Mr. Deuce, Mr. Teat, Dr. Wright, you know, made this very special, Dr. Harley, and the student body was unbelievable. You know, they were worth a good 10 points. The energy that they brought, maybe more, was incredible. But I am so proud of these guys. They've battled. They've been here for 5 years in a day and age when a lot of people don't stick around and stay at the same place. And that's really special. And we're not here without the foundation that's been laid by alumni that came before them. And for these guys and what they've done, each year we've gotten a little bit better. And I'm happy that they get to have this moment. And I'm just proud of the effort. It feels like to me that we're still improving. I feel like we've gotten better even this weekend. It's like they're starting to believe how good they can actually be, and it feels like it's gone to another level. If you had told me we'd win all 3 games by 20 or more points, I don't know if I would have believed it, but they really showed out this weekend and played at a high level, and it's been fun, and we know it's going to be hard moving forward. Everybody's good at this point, but they are playing really well right now.
Do you mind if we touch on that little bit about the fans? You know, they've been with us, backing us step by step from regular season to the Comerica Center in Frisco to here now. It's really electric in there, and that has really messed up a few teams that we've had in these past few tournaments. What does that really mean to you, Ricky, Cam, and Coach?
You guys want to speak first?
I think it's huge having a fan base like that that's willing to travel, that's willing to have fun and get chaotic. It's also really chaotic in the gym, and the way we play is chaotic. So when we're in everybody's face and they're hearing loud fans yelling, I think it's overwhelming to them. But I think right now it's just the best that we've ever had in 5 years, and I can't appreciate the people that are working so hard to get the fans there. So I thank you guys the most.
Yeah, I mean, just piggyback off that, it means so much, you know, the energy that they bring, and everything we do is based off of energy. I've said it before, and everything we try to do is overwhelm teams, and they bring a whole another factor, if not the X factor, of bringing that extra gear for us to feed off of at times where, you know, we talk about no lulls, and they help us when we feel like we're going down to hit that peak right back up. And like Coach said, I feel like we're not even playing our best basketball, so that's fun.
And then, Cam, you had an outstanding – oh, I'm sorry, Coach. Go ahead.
That's all right. I was just going to say it's special to have them here, creates an incredible environment. It's Sunday and Saturday and today are the best I've ever seen it in the Berg. The energy is incredible. It's fun to be a part of that, not just for us but for them. I think it's a special thing for the entire campus. I hope the student body enjoyed it as much as I did, because it seems like they're having fun. I know we're having fun, and it's really special.
I think they did have fun, too, according to all of our eardrums are popped by now. Cam, as you saw, you were the tournament MVP. You had an outstanding performance in this game, leading the team with 20 points and 7 rebounds. What was your mindset heading into this game, and how did you feel about your individual performance as well as the team's offensive rhythm?
At the start of the game, I had to just channel my nerves, and then through the midst of it, I just allowed my teammates to do what they need to do and feed off their energy. And Rick made tons of really great plays of getting me the ball, and my teams made good plays to get me the ball. So I wouldn't have those points or playing extremely hard if I wasn't for my teammates.
And then Ricky, this is your last year with DBU as a senior. You know, this moment just has to mean so much to you personally and your family. What message do you have for the younger players on the team, and how does it feel to leave such a lasting legacy in the DBU basketball program?
Yeah, it's so special. The past 5 years and being here with my running mate over here, it's been a blast. And so trying to teach these younger guys to stay hungry. You know, job's not finished. This is all fun, but they're getting a small glimpse of what it could continue to be, not just this year, but next year, year after that. We're building towards just what we're trying to do each and every year, and so it's fun. I want these guys to enjoy it, but understand the process and what it takes to get here. It started all the way from last season, our very last game that we had lost. That's when it started, and so right now we're still playing, which is fantastic, but, you know, we want to keep going as far as we can, but making these guys understand that it starts early. It starts from the very beginning, and just to keep trusting that process.
If I could add to that, we've been studying a book called Manhood Restored, talking about what does the Bible say about being a man, and to watch these guys from when they were 17 and 18 coming in as freshmen and to where they are now, and the maturity they've grown, the way that they've grown as men, and honored the Lord with their life is really just as much something to be proud of as the on-court success too. And so really enjoyed that as well.
Cam and Ricky, I had the opportunity to sit in the coffee house with you guys at the beginning of this semester and talk about a moment like this. And what I loved from that interview was you two talking about how you feed off of each other, how you build off of each other. Kind of talk me through any moments you two shared this weekend.
I think it was one moment Ricky got an M1, and I just ran over there and I just yelled in his face because, like, those huge plays that we make, that he makes, that I make, our younger teammates and our teammates admire that, and it feeds, and it's a big energy to our program and what we do. And so I love getting to share moments when Ricky is exploding in front of everybody and having so much fun. It's good to see him doing what he loves.
Yeah, I mean, there's not one specific moment that comes to mind, but these past 3 games, I mean, he's been on a tear, and I'm just so proud of him and how much he's had to overcome from the beginning of preseason. And so I'm really proud of him because he continues to lead from the front each and every day. He's that vocal leader. He brings that energy. And today, in the past 3 games, he's been cooking. And so, you know, it was anytime I can get my big man the ball, I'm going to do it.
Ecclesiastes says that material things aren't eternal, but when you eat and drink, to find enjoyment in it, no matter what you do daily. And that three-pointer to put us at 100 while the fans are chanting 3 more points, I think that's an image that they'll never forget. And we've been talking about building memories, and that's going to be a special memory forever and ever. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Coach, Arkansas used to have the 40 minutes of Hades, to put it politely, but Reagan was saying you've got the 94-foot nightmare. Just talk about how much pressure you guys were able to put on the whole game. It really just took them completely out of their game plan.
Yeah, I mean, well, pressure breaks pipes. When it gets cold and the water starts to freeze, that eventually that pressure is going to make that pipe burst. And, you know, we say for the full 94 feet, we want to have real pressure, not fake, and we want to be intelligent with it and be relentless and keep that pressure going. And these guys, I think, have done that and are starting to even find another gear to that, which is fun. It's fun to see, and it's fun to be a part of. I feel like I'm just along for the ride.
Cam and Ricky, you guys, this is 4 trips to the NCAA tournament out of 5. It's historic, obviously, Elite 8. What was the hunger like going into this year after having lost in the regional semifinals last year to get back final year? Take us through the decision to come back for one more year and to have one more run at it, and then to now know what you're achieving. What does this moment mean?
This moment means the most to me because coming back here to a place that I call home and knowing what I'm going to get out of everybody, the coaching staff, they're going to give me their 100%, their honesty, and I'm going to feed off of that. And just coming back after we lost a close game to West Texas and knowing that we are able to get to where we need to get, that hungry when we got back. Coach Flick wrote on the board week 0, and that was the start of what we had to do to get back. We lost our best player into that tournament, and we wanted to get there. And we had a dream. We had something that we had to accomplish. And each day we come into the locker room knowing that there's something in front of us, and anybody that's in the way, they're just stopping us from where we need to get.
Yeah, last year this guy got hurt in the first round. He didn't get to play in the second round, and so, that would have been, a tough memory, a tough way to end. You can't control injuries all the time, but to be able to come back and to be able to go a little bit deeper, a little bit farther, and to still be playing is pretty special.
Yeah, I'd just say, like Coach said, me getting injured was really tough. I really wanted to play in that next game for my brothers and the coaching staff, and so deciding to come back this year was the easiest decision I've ever had to make. Just not only on the court, but this coaching staff, they hold a very special place in my heart. Just the amount of growth that I feel myself having and that my parents have noticed, from the discipleships to just checking in on us each and every day, easiest decision I've ever had to make.
Coach, I want to ask you, at the end of the game, I saw you just look up into the crowd, and having the chance to work with Jordan McGowan, I see Patrick Berg, I see Julian Miranda, Braxton Adamson was here tonight. There's so many guys that help lay this foundation for what this team is experiencing now. But just what does it mean that when you see those guys here tonight, that you think back on the 19 years of what you've been building with this group and how big a part of what you've accomplished they get to share in tonight?
Yeah, it's really special. If I start trying to name all the alumni that were here tonight, I might forget somebody, but having them there means so much. We talk about this being a family. Everybody says that, put it on a T-shirt, whatever, but it's not always real. And I feel like seeing the alumni, the way they pour into our current guys. Coach Sharon was in the stands. When I first got here in 2005, we didn't really have much of a record of the old days back and when DBU used to have basketball programs. So we started collecting team photos and just started saying, hey, this is bigger than you. Hebrews 12:1 says that, therefore, since we're surrounded by this great cloud of witnesses, let us throw off everything that hinders and the sin that entangles, and let us run our race before us. And I told these guys, you're surrounded by a lot of people. And when Eddie Gloviak committed to DBU and we got our first recruits, they couldn't come watch us cut the nets down and know, hey, I'm coming into something that's going to be good. They didn't. They had to step out in faith, but they started laying a foundation and building something. And 2009 we made the NCAA tournament, and then there was a long drought before we got back. But then, guys, everybody was laying a foundation for the culture, for the effort, for what DBU basketball was going to be about, and to see them be here, this is as much theirs. They might not have climbed the ladder to cut the net down, but this is theirs too. And they're the foundation and the shoulders that we stand on. And just so thankful for all the guys that have come before us. They mean so much to me and our program. We wouldn't be here without all those alumni.
What becomes the plan now? I mean, do you enjoy this for 24 hours?
I don't know. I've never done this before.
Next play.
Yeah, next play. We'll have to figure out. We're going to Evansville. We don't know who we're playing or what time. We got to figure out what day we're traveling. I think the games are on Tuesday. If you advance Thursday, if you advance championship games on Saturday, but I don't know what the matchups will be yet. I don't know how we're traveling, where we're traveling, when we're getting there. So we'll have to start doing some homework on that and figuring out how to get there. Does Evansville get direct flights from Dallas? Does anybody know? Okay.
Do we know that?
Okay. Somebody's checked. Okay. Louisville's, I think, close too.
All right, Coach, thank you so much.
Congratulations, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Now I got to go pack.